Welcome to Retro Smash Gaming Podcast,
Hello.
your bi-weekly gaming podcast. I am Eric. Joining me today is the man, the myth, the legend, the man who always bites off more than he can chew.
Ooh,
Nicholas.
look at you. I like that
Thank you.
one. And it's true. Insert choking sound here. That's a good one. Look at you. I'm literally clapping for you on that one. I did not know that was coming.
Yeah,
That was good. That was good. I like that one.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Today we are talking the Super Nintendo classic SimCity.
Yes, and I'm excited.
Yeah. But before we get there, per tradition, you have a game for me?
Of course I have a game for you, silly.
I'm feeling it. Let's just jump into it today.
Really?
No bullshit.
I love that. You're like, do you have a game for me? And I'm like, yes, I have a game for you, you dumb piece of shit, you.
Oh, okay.
You silly piece
I
of
thought it was
shit.
silly, but you dumb piece of shit. I am 2 for 2 last 2 weeks.
Yes. And I'm excited to see where this one goes. Oh wait, hold on, here we go. Is it this or is it that? Eric has to choose. Oh, I got a fever. For more dis or that.
Okay. Yep.
That was like the worst. I mean, I don't know if I could do a worse walk-in impression. I gotta work on that one. All my good impressions are like cartoon characters. Are you ready? No, are you ready?
Am I ready?
Yes.
No.
Good. All right. Here we go. The name of this game is I couldn't think of anything catchy because these things are two totally unrelated objects. The category for today, you have 7 items as normal.
Yep.
You have to tell me if each item is either, it's not even an item, it's a name. They're all names.
Is it either or either?
I think it's either.
Okay, let me ask you this, okay? Because I do this every time. My wife asks me something, I say, oh, it's further up the road. Or it's farther up the road. Is it further or farther? Like, when do you use what?
I don't use the word farther or further. I just say, oh, it's just down the road. It just don't right down the road. You don't gonna get, you get to the general store, you're gonna don't go too far. Because we're in the Midwest, and it's funny.
Okay, when do you use further and when do you use farther?
I think it's like if I can throw a ball farther. Like if you and I are throwing a football and I say, I bet you I can throw a ball farther than you. But I think it's if you're saying something in a conversation and I want you to elaborate on it, can you get a little further into that?
So are you saying like if it's a physical, if you're like physically measuring something, it's farther?
I think so. Yeah. Whereas if it's like metaphorically speaking or like, like explanative purposes, I think it's further.
We'll go with that.
Or like if you say, well, I mean, think about it. Like if you're telling a story or if you're trying to make a point and you're like, and furthermore, I just like to point out,
Yeah.
I think it is further. And furthermore, you aren't winning this one.
Bet.
What do you think about that?
Bet.
I don't know. You got a 50-50 chance. I think this one's going to be a toss up. The last one was kind of the Symphony of the Night boss versus Key Vehicle. That was kind of you were able to logic your way into a couple of those. This one might be more of a toss up, so I'm a little excited. So the 7 names, you have to tell me if the name is either a player on the roster of the most recent 2021 World Series champion Atlanta Braves, or if it is a playable character in Street Fighter V.
Okay.
And that's all DLC. Like every character you can possibly play as. All right, are you ready?
Nope.
All right, good. Let's do this. Number 1, Cage.
Now, I'm assuming that if it's a baseball player, you're just going their last name. They're not like pulling like a Madonna thing.
Right. I'm not going to give you the full name. Yeah, I'm just going to give you a last name. And then once you tell me, I will give you the full name and what's going on.
I don't think it's a Street Fighter playable character because Cage is too close to Johnny Cage from Mortal Kombat. So we're gonna go Atlanta Braves player.
Good logic. Too bad you're wrong. He's a Street Fighter V character. He's more like he's like an evil Ryu doppelganger almost. And that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So okay, 0 for 1.
I don't like Street Fighter.
Are you a Mortal Kombat guy?
If I had to choose, yes, but I don't like those kind of fighters. I'm just not good at them.
No, me either. Trust me. I just button mash until somebody gets pissed off.
That's what you're supposed to do, right?
Right, yeah. Number 2, Nash.
Nash. That seems like it would be that seems like it would be an Atlanta Braves player.
It seems like it.
It seems like it.
Okay. Well, it seems like you are wrong again,
God
cuz
damn it.
Charlie Nash is a friend of Guile and served with him in the, I think, Army, Air Force, whatever military division they both served in. Where's the, well, actually, crowd when you need them?
So, I mean, you got these players like in Street Fighter, like Ryu and
Guile and Zangief and Dalsim
and
and Honda
Blanca.
and Cammy and Blanca
Right.
and DJ.
What's
and
the girl's name?
Bison and what?
The girl.
Chun-Li.
Chun-Li. Yeah. So you got all these like weird ass names. Not weird ass names. I shouldn't say weird ass names. But they're not like your typical like run of the mill names like Charlie Nash.
Right, yeah.
So that's kind of throwing me off a little bit because
these are all last names. Well, I mean, if you're thinking there's a character in Street Fighter V named Abigail,
and
it's a 7 foot tall, 450-pound dude named Abigail.
Really?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Tough. Not a lot of people. I've been watching the Street Fighter leagues on Twitch. Not a lot of people play as him. Not a lot.
Street Fighter leagues?
Yes.
That's what you do in your free time?
Well, I mean, yeah. A little bit. Sometimes when it's on.
Okay.
And it's exciting.
Is it exciting?
Yeah, it can be.
Fuck. Give me number 3.
All right, number 3, Gore.
It's got to be an Atlanta Braves player.
You would think that, wouldn't you, son?
God damn. Are you serious?
No, it is an Atlanta Braves player.
I was just playing the odds here. Like, you had 2 Street Fighter players.
Terrence Gore. I gotta start, mixing these up, don't I? I gotta start mixing these up better. Terrence Gore is an outfielder for the Braves.
Okay.
All right.
We go on the board.
Yes,
Let's do
nicely
this.
done. 1 for 3. Number 4, Matt Zek.
Matt Zek.
Matzek.
Oh, man. I was thinking it's got to be a Street Fighter character. Then Street Fighter. I don't know. Oh, stressful.
Street Fighter?
Yeah.
Wrong again.
No.
Damn
it.
Tyler Matzek is a left-handed reliever who was almost arrested during his own victory parade.
The one they drove like fucking 30 miles an hour through the city.
Yeah, I saw that. But when they finally stopped, he got out and he was like drinking with fans. And the cops like pulled him to the side and they were going to arrest him and shit.
For what?
I don't know, which is weird. They don't think they were found out. It's just there were 4 cops surrounding him and one of the cops walked over and said, they looked at his jersey and went, yeah, that really is who that is.
I saw that somebody had to be ID'd because they didn't think that's who it was.
I think that's,
is that who it is?
Yeah, he was like walking through and he was drinking. I think he was wearing a cowboy hat or a sombrero or something, but he had his own jersey on. And
as one does in Atlanta.
Oh, absolutely. If I had a victory parade, I would be wearing a sombrero and a G-string. What's up?
God.
What's up?
Dude, did you have to give me that image?
Absolutely. I might paint my body like Evel Knievel too.
I appreciate that.
Good. Well, you're going to appreciate number 5, Minter.
Okay, so I gotta run the table here. Oh God, I don't even know. We're gonna go Braves player.
You would be correct on that one.
Okay, here we go.
AJ Minter, left-handed pitcher, had a 3.78 ERA this year.
Is that good? That seems good.
Yeah, that's about run of the mill.
Oh, so it's not good.
Well, it's not bad, but I mean, you could have like relief pitching that's a lot worse than that. Just look at the Reds. All their relief pitching was terrible.
As you can see, I'm not much of a baseball fan.
Apparently, you're not much of a golfer.
Why?
Big Lebowski.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Shut the fuck up, Donnie. All right, number 6. So you're 2 for 5.
That's just like your opinion, man.
you gotta land these last 2. Gotta land the last 2 for the win. Number 6, Manat.
Street Fighter. Fuck it.
Boom.
Full send.
Wow. Full send and got it right. She is a fortune teller who kind of uses an orb almost.
As fortune tellers do.
Yeah, but uses it as a weapon.
She do like shove it up your ass.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Just like that.
She full sends that.
Well, you gotta look into these cheeks for your future. God.
Dude, fortune telling would be so much more exciting if that were the case.
Can you tell me my horoscope?
Here,
hold on. What does my fortune say? Your fortune says I shouldn't have had that second Hormel chili. Your fortune says I need more Metamucil.
Get more fiber in your diet.
But I need something to get me through this week. What's my tip for this week? Stay off the cheese. Okay. Number 7. And you got to land this one for the win. You clinched it last time with number 7.
Okay.
Number 7. Falk. Falke. Falk.
Can I phone a friend?
What? When the hell did we get lifelines in this game?
I don't know. It was just a fucking question, okay?
No, you don't get
You
a
don't need to
lifeline.
get sassy about it.
I will get sassy if I want to.
Falk. Okay.
Falk.
Let me look into your eyes. Braves player.
Street Fighter character, you lose!
Damn.
Yes! I knew I was going to get you.
Oh, fuck.
3rd season DLC. Man, you look into D's eyes, you can look into Dis ass for your fortune.
It would not be accurate.
Oh, it would not be accurate.
Oh, God.
Oh,
We're going there.
It wasn't complete crap. That wasn't the best. That wasn't the best joke I told today, but it was number 2.
Oh my God. You're pretty quick. I'll give you that.
I am. It just comes right out of me. All
Oh
right.
God. Let's talk about your comedy career.
Oh God. You want to talk about a big old number 2? Yikes.
It was perfect. Okay, like, oh yeah, man, you're pretty quick with these jokes. Like you're telling shit jokes, right?
Fart, poop, and wiener jokes. That's my specialty.
Speaking of shit, let's talk about your comedy career.
Oh, I
it was
missed
right
that
there.
front
It was
part.
right there.
It was right there. It was. I put
yeah.
the ball on the tee.
Like a golf tee? Are we talking golf tee?
We're playing t-ball again. from
T-ball,
last week.
damn it. It's grown ass men playing T-ball.
Right. Speaking of last week, we have another deep dive here. We're talking about. We're gonna do a deep dive into a game that I feel is the exact opposite, kind of like an opposite game that we did last time. And do you know what that game is?
I don't know. What are we talking about?
We are talking about Sim City
Sim City.
for the Super Nintendo.
For the Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Yes.
Just like that.
Yep. Just like that.
Oh, that's fair. Sim City, game that was released in North America on August 23rd, 1991. Do you remember where you were?
No, I was 1 year old.
I was a year and a half, and I was still pooping my pants, which could be last week.
So this is a top-down, like point and click. You'd say point and click, right?
It's very point and clicky, yeah.
City builder simulation game. You play as the mayor of a city, and you are responsible for building the city and maintaining its funds and taxes, and like fulfilling the citizens' wants and needs.
And those citizens are needy as fuck.
The citizens are named Sims.
Are they actual Sims in the game?
They're
They're not
called
like
Sims.
citizens?
Well, I don't know that they ever say that they're Sims, but like this spawned the Sims series.
Oh, gotcha.
So the object of the game is to like build and grow a successful city,
Mm-hmm.
but there's no real like end to the game.
The only end's your imagination.
So it was originally developed for the Amiga and the Mac, and it was later released for the Commodore 64 and IBM PC. It was developed by Will Wright and Maxis back in the late 80s. Then it was later ported to several other computer platforms. Then Nintendo licensed it, and they were developing a game for the NES, which never came out, and they released it for the Super Nintendo, like you said, August 23rd, 1991. It was a console launch game.
Mm-hmm. It was a console launch game in Japan. Was it a console launch game here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
But
So the other console launch games for the Super Nintendo were Super Mario World, Pilot Wings, and F-Zero.
I'll take 2 of those 3. I wasn't a big fan of Pilot Wings. That's just me.
That's just you.
Yes.
And me.
But it was also released in one other platform that I saw because I was doing my research for SimCity. It was released for one other platform that you did not name there.
What's that?
Ladies and gentlemen, there is an out-of-print collectible SimCity the card game.
Really?
Yes. Did you
Huh.
not realize that existed?
Did not see that.
Players take turns playing cards representing city blocks and collect profit. There are several city expansions following there was one city in like around Chicago that they took all the pictures for. And it basically is just like, you collect funds to build residential areas and commercial areas, but it gets a little more specific because you can build schools and prisons, and you can elect council members, and some of those council members are crooked, and
Huh.
it's actually
Seems pretty in-depth.
It's actually very in-depth, but the problem is you can't really get it anymore because, I mean, obviously they don't make it. Let's see. Let's go YouTube the card game. Vintage SimCity card game starter deck. 720 cards, factory wrapped, $75.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, looking it up on eBay right now.
Never opened, SimCity card game, 1996, $46.
Yeah, I'm seeing a starter deck on eBay for like $8.50.
$8.50.
Yep. So yeah, anyway.
Yeah.
We are not talking about the card game today.
Aw.
Unfortunately.
I'm all disappointed now.
So in the game, you can play like one of the scenarios, or you can build a new city. I think most people just built a new city.
Yeah,
like the
I did
scenarios
that
are
too.
okay. So like in the scenario, like the city is already built and you have to help solve a problem. It could be like there's traffic jams or an earthquake destroy the city. Maybe there's power outages. I don't remember all of them.
There was one for it was funny because there's one for Boston that was in 2012, which was weird because I went back and played it. Apparently everybody like simultaneously flushed their toilets during a sporting event, which probably would have been the Patriots Super Bowl. But they all simultaneously flushed their toilets during a sporting event, which caused a nuclear meltdown.
Oh, yeah, because that happens.
Right. I think the other one that's coming up is the last one is in like Brazil or Tokyo, but it doesn't take place until like 2050. So I think we'll be okay for a while.
Yeah, let's hope.
Let's hope. No giant Bowser attacks.
So in the when you build a new city, you could choose your map. There's like 1,000 different maps.
Mm-hmm. What's your go-to number?
420. Of course.
For
420
real?
or 69. I don't know. I mean,
Really?
those were the first ones I looked at. Actually, researching for the game. So if you want to optimize and try to get the best map, I think 61 is a good map.
Yes.
And 121, if I remember right. And there are a handful of other ones.
Oh, is it 121?
It's something like that. I mean, I always look at 69 or 420 first because I'm a child.
Fair. I mean, I go 131 because it's my birthday.
Nice.
Which is, it's okay. I mean, because I played this a little bit for our review, and it's got like a river going from like the middle of the north quadrant down to it flows like southeast a little bit, and then there's like a little tributary that goes straight off west. So I almost have 3 full like different land masses. So it's kind of
cool.
It's not cool because I want to and we'll get into the gameplay a little bit, but trying to figure out if I want that one island to be like 3 Mile Island and put all my my power plants over there, but then
right, and all your industrial and whatnot,
and just keep all the pollution in one spot.
So the differences in the map are just really how the water shapes it.
Yeah.
So you could have islands, you could have it like 3 different spots, like you said. And if you want to try to build the best city, then you want the most land on there. Like there's some that there's just like a giant island in the middle and there's a shit ton of water around. Then you really don't have too much land to build on,
Right.
which isn't the greatest. So once you pick your map, you could choose the difficulty. And I think the only thing that changes with the difficulty is your starting money. Is that right?
I believe so, yeah.
So once you actually get into the game, there's 3 different zones that you could build. You could build your residential, you could build your commercial, and you could build your industrial. And there's also like just a bunch of different like special buildings that you could build the bank and the amusement park, casino, library, zoo. Then some of the other buildings too, I guess, like not special buildings, would be like the power plant, the police department, fire department, stadium, seaport, and airport. And you have to build power lines from, all the buildings, connect all the power. You have to have like a power or like an electric infrastructure
Mhm.
and roads connecting all the buildings. And depending on like how and where you build them, well, not how, but where you build things, it'll impact different things like pollution, crime, and land value, which is all important stuff to keep your people happy and grow your population.
Mhm.
So each zone, like the commercial, the residential, and industrial, will grow depending on where it is in relation to the other things. How much the zone grows depends on like the attractions nearby it. If you put like an amusement park or like your zoo, like you kind of want to like center those special attractions
Or a
in
stadium,
or the stadium, right?
which apparently my people were demanding a stadium. They weren't just asking, they were
Yeah, they fuck
demanding a
them. They
stadium.
always do that.
They're demanding a stadium.
The game is pretty much like you build stuff, you watch your city grow, you fix problems that come up, then you collect your tax money at the end of the year. Lather, rinse, repeat.
Yep.
So you were saying that it's a pretty calm game.
It is.
It's relaxing.
Yeah, compared to, I think honestly, like where Left 4 Dead a couple weeks ago was like super chaotic and a little bit stressful. Sim City for the Super Nintendo might be the most like stress-free, relaxing game I own.
Yeah, I can't argue that.
It's
You actually own this? You have a physical copy?
yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, I have a physical copy. And that's what I was playing on. And my like 30-year-old Super Nintendo was like, kill me. Just put me out of my misery.
Usually I don't like point and click on consoles. It just doesn't seem like it ever works right.
Yeah, it's a little wonky, but yes.
I don't have that problem with this game. I think it works pretty well.
Now, can you use like the mouse that you use for Mario Paint? Can you use that with this game? I never knew the answer to that.
I don't think so. I wouldn't assume so, but I have no idea. That's just me guessing. So that's probably not valuable at all.
Well,
or helpful, I mean.
I don't know how many, because with with the Mario Paint mouse, you only get 2 buttons. It's just like a normal standard mouse. You got your left click and right click. Whereas I don't know how many extra buttons you're really gonna need, except for like moving the screen, maybe, which is a big one.
Yeah, I don't think you would really need any more buttons.
Right. Yeah.
I could just point to like on like the left side, the menu where it's got all the buildings. You just hit the B button, select that, go over to your map and build it.
Right.
So and then your Y button will it's like a quicker move, like whatever you call it. Like you hold Y and shit moves quicker across the screen.
Oh. Like the
little
like,
cursor thingy.
yes.
How much of this game do you play just fucking around and having fun versus like actually trying to like build the best city?
I think every time I play this game, it always ends up the same way. I play it to fuck around, and then I'm like, oh, I'm going to put all this residential area here, and then I'm going to build this, and then I'm going to do this. And then the guy's like, hey, there's a traffic jam. And I'm like, maybe I do need to start a rail system. And then it becomes serious. Or it's like, you know what? Crime is a problem. Let's see if we can't get this taken care of. And then I build a police station, and then it becomes really real. Then it becomes a project.
It's funny because I think I'm the exact opposite. I always start out so serious.
Oh.
Trying to make like the perfect city.
Right.
And like the perfect city to me isn't necessarily how efficient it is, just all aesthetics and how it looks on the screen.
And well, if you do it right, it'll all eventually look great. Like when you get your tops and your commercial buildings are all built up, and when everything's working like it's supposed to, and it'll eventually look great in the end. But maybe it doesn't look like great now, but eventually it will, no matter what you do to it.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of strategy trying to build like an efficient city, which I did a little research on and tried employing that strategy. So one of them is like the 2-1-1. You should build 2 residentials and then 1 commercial, 1 industrial. Apparently that's a good ratio to have.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
and then like build in neighborhoods type thing. So you have like each neighborhood should have like a center attraction, being like the zoo or park, casino, shit like that. It just raises the land value of
And
everything else around it.
I think I do something similar because I try to make I like imagine I'm making a sandwich where I put my I don't know if you do what I do. Do you put your power plant up in the corner
Oh yeah.
of the map?
Yep.
That's feeling like that's standard.
Hmm.
So then from there I build straight down all my industrial and I do 2 to 3 rows of industrial.
Now, do you space out the industrial?
So like well I space it out enough to where I can put a road. My roads go east to west. No, I'm sorry. My roads go north south. My mass transit goes east west.
Mm-hmm.
So I eventually will get both of them.
Mm-hmm.
But then I have my 2 rows, my 2 columns, I should say, of industrial.
Okay, but like with your industrial buildings, you put them back to back, or do you space out the actual zones?
Like I mean, I put them in a row.
Okay, so you have like where you put them like butt to butt, where you don't have to put the power line in between them.
Oh, sometimes I do that. I mean, I think I do 2 and then leave a space and then put 2 more and then leave a space.
Okay, and then you
Maybe.
build parks in between them, because the parks will help with the pollution. Because
Yep.
if you put too many industrial zones close together, you'll have higher pollution in that area.
But isn't it if you don't put any residential near that, there won't be as many complaints? Because
I don't know,
well, that
but
was
you'll
gonna be
still have the pollution.
well, that was gonna be the second point. Because I mean, like I say, I make a sandwich. So my 2 outside, think of like a sideways. Think of a sideways sandwich. My 2 buns are my industrial parts, and then I got 2
Hold on,
smaller
a sideways sandwich. What do you mean? Like if you had the sandwich sitting on the table, like I'm looking at it,
yeah,
like level almost.
yeah. Like
That's
if I
probably
was,
a shitty way to explain it, but
yeah, you just made this so much harder. Like imagine you're holding a sandwich in your hand flat,
uh-huh.
and then you put your hand on top of the sandwich, and then you like flip it sideways, like
Oh,
up and
sideways
down.
like that. Okay.
Yeah. So my 2 buns are my industrial district. And then like my 2 toppings are my commercial district.
Mm-hmm.
So I do like 2 or 3 rows or columns of industrial, then 2 columns of commercial. And then the meat in the middle is my industrial. And it's where I put my house, which raises property values.
Residential.
What did I say?
Industrial.
Oh, did I say? Yeah, residential.
Okay, but hold on. When you make a
You said
sandwich,
butthole.
when you make a sandwich, you put toppings on the top and bottom.
Well, I mean, you can.
So if you put them on the top, they wouldn't be, or if you put them on the bottom, they wouldn't be toppings, because
they'd be bottomings. But bottomings sounds so much worse. Like if I go to a restaurant and, hey, honey, what can I get you? Can I get a cheeseburger? What do you want on that? What kind of bottomings do you have? I'll take all the bottomings you got. Give me all the bottomings. No, but like the meat of this sandwich is my residential area, and that's where I'm putting my house. That's where I'm putting my stadium. That's where I'm putting my expo center when I eventually get it. And, and I feel like that keeps the pollution down without having to build parks, because I did not know you can build parks to I thought that was just a waste. I mean, I barely put any parks in the game because I feel like they are a gigantic waste of money.
They help with pollution, and I believe they help raise land value. But like I said, I am more of the aesthetics guy. So in between, because like with the way the map works and the water, you don't have like a straight line. You're always gonna have, like, if you build like the residential on the water and try to build around the water, you're gonna have like little gaps.
Right. Yeah. Or it's gonna be a little off center or
Right.
crooked. Yeah.
So, and even like, building your transits and whatnot, like you're always going to have little gaps between the buildings and the zones and shit.
Mm-hmm.
I always fill that in with parks just because it looks better.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
See, I'm always filling that in with roads.
You can never have enough roads.
No,
you really can't.
Yeah,
But that's another thing. Like from what I was reading with the strategy, you don't need roads at all. Just use all mass transit.
But it's like half the price. And when you do you use the cheat?
The money cheat?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you
is
don't?
it Rosebud? Is that what it is? No, that's Sims. On the Sims game, it's Rosebud.
Said that's Citizen Kane,
but it is.
No, but it's like you have to set. It's a whole you have to set your tax at a certain number, and then you have to hold a certain button when the end of the year comes, and then you'll get maxed out money.
No, I don't do that.
You don't do that? Okay. It's fun to play with that cheat, but for the sake of, trying to give a full review, I did not play with the cheat this time. I only played it on easy, and I feel like I was waiting around a lot for money.
Yeah, it is slow for sure.
Yes, and the problem I'm having was, like, the people were complaining about taxes. So, I'm like, "Well, I can raise the taxes, or I mean, I can lower the taxes, but I won't make as much money, but there'll be more people coming into my city."
It's a give and take. I mean, you really got to balance it out. And I had the problem when I got to about like 30 or 40,000 people, I seemed to plateau.
Oh. Like, how quickly do you reach your milestones? I'm just kinda curious.
Which milestones?
Like town, city, capital, metropolis.
I think the first one's pretty quick.
Yeah.
I think I want to say like 10 or 15 residential zones. So I build up pretty quick up to, I want to say like 20, 30, 40,000. And then I plateau after that. And then it's really slow getting up to the next ones.
Yeah, and that's kinda what I felt, because like I said, I got town in year 1, I was taking notes. I got city in year 2, and I didn't get capital until year 7, and then I think I plateaued at about 65,000, but I was only using 1/4 of the map. My problem was I was trying to save up because my citizens were demanding. No, I'm sorry, it wasn't my citizens, it was my commerce requires an airport, which is 10 grand.
It's expensive.
Yeah, and then my commerce also required a seaport, which was 3,500. And when I'm only keeping taxes at 7% to keep everybody happy, I'm not getting money back in.
Do you borrow money from the bank?
Unfortunately, yes. I had to borrow
Yeah.
money from the bank.
I mean, you only have to pay what, 500 extra dollars.
Right, yeah.
So I mean, it's really not that bad.
Yeah, but when you're starting out, when you're at like 8 to 9,000 people and you have your tax rate so low, it really cuts into your budget.
When you're paying it back each year?
Yes.
Yeah, it does.
It eats at your budget.
Yeah.
But when you get into like what I did, I got into like year 20. So I got to like 1920, 1921 when I was at 65, 70,000 people. You know, I kept the tax rate at 7%, but I was making money still because I was still bringing more people into. That was my new goal.
Mhm.
It's like if I want to make money and I want to keep the tax rate low, then I just got to bring more people in. I got to make this city more appealing. So you build a bunch more residential areas and put a park in them, or you put an amusement park in the middle,
Mhm.
or you put next to a stadium or something, and you keep them very far away from the industrial so that the pollution isn't way too high, or at least they're not bitching and moaning about it.
What do you think about the graphics in this game?
It's pretty basic. I do like the little small details, like you can see cars on roads, like the fire spreading and stuff
Mhm.
like that. You can tell the little details, and you can tell like when your residential area builds up, like when it goes from a low to a medium to a high,
The
or
top,
or
yeah.
like a top. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can see that. You can literally, I mean, it's nothing that's gonna blow you away graphics wise, but seeing your little city grow like that, like they could have just been like, oh, this is now a top or something like that. But for them to actually go in and be like, you know, this little square that you put there now looks totally different. You know, the fact that they went out and they did this was great. And yes, you are absolutely right when you say a good full built city is very aesthetically pleasing.
It is.
It's
yeah.
very, yeah. I can agree with you there.
So the user interface on this, as far as like the menu on the side and the top, I think it works really well and it looks good.
It does.
The different maps in the game, I never used to use when I was a kid. You know, like the pollution map, the crime
Right.
map, and land value map. But
Mhm.
dude, it's surprisingly helpful.
It is.
You know, I think was it on the games that need a remake episode that we did?
Yeah.
I said that it would be a lot more helpful in the game. So I said this game needs remade, and it'd be a lot more helpful if you knew how everything impacted each other. And the maps, they do that. It could be a little more descriptive, but like it really helped with that.
Yeah. And the fact that they have the guy popping out, that's, you know, every once in a while he'll pop up and say, hey, traffic jams are a problem.
Yeah,
Or
Dr. Wright.
yeah, thank you. I forgot his name. But yeah, he'll pop up and be like, hey, you're having a problem with, you know, your traffic jams, or people are saying pollution's a problem, or, you know, crime is really bad in the city. You
Mhm.
know, so even if you miss something like that, it's like, oh shoot, crime is bad. Maybe I need to take out some of these extra areas that aren't doing anything and put a police station there instead, and maybe that'll help.
Yeah, you have to have quite a few police stations.
Yeah, almost like one on every one on every corner.
Yeah.
Almost.
But not fire stations.
Well, unless you...
I think, like, what I was reading, you don't need many at all. But again, going back to me just liking the way it looks, every time I'd build a police station, I'd build a fire station right next to it.
You're one of those guys.
Yeah, it just looks better.
I did have in my game, I think I had like 16 police departments and like 2 fire departments, though. Because, I mean, is fire really an issue unless you have it turned on?
If you do not have the fire department funded fully, I believe so.
Oh, gotcha. Because I kept my fire and police at like 70% funding, but I kept my transportation at 100.
Yeah, because the roads and
yeah, because
railroads would
those
break
cost
down.
so much.
And it's a pain in the ass because there's so many roads, so many railroad tracks, like, and if it like a little piece breaks down, you don't always catch it.
Yeah, you don't see it.
But you don't fully fund the police station?
No. Maybe
fucking cheap ass. That's why your crime's so goddamn high.
Well, I just built another police station.
There you go.
You know, why would I do something about the garbage when I could just buy another trash can?
That checks out to me. Yep.
What was the old joke? Wow, all of our ashtrays are full. We either quit smoking or just buy more ashtrays.
Yep.
I bought more. I bought more ashtrays in this situation. This is what I'm trying to convey.
Going back to the graphics a little bit, I have one major issue.
What's that?
So the summer looks great. The spring and the summer, where everything's green and whatnot. Fall is Winter in this game, where everything's white, it's fucking ugly.
You really?
I hate it.
Really? You don't like that?
No, not at all.
You see, I guess I never give too much thought about it. I'm just like, oh, it's white, it's winter. Oh, it's green, it's summer. I mean, I really didn't pay too much attention to what it looked like. You really don't like that, do you?
No, I don't at all.
Huh.
Like the trees, because you got the forest or whatnot, all the trees on the map. It's fucking ugly. Like if the whole game could be summer, it would be so much better.
No, but then you wouldn't be able to tell.
Who cares?
Well, because I know that when it goes to fall and then eventually gets to winter, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have my taxes coming up.
Sure.
So I mean, that's kind of like a, hey, this is your 10-second warning that you're about to come to the end of your fiscal year.
You always have the speed all the way up.
Always.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, before we get into the sound, something we probably should mention are the disasters.
Did you play with yours toggled on or no?
Some of the time. Usually no, but like once I was bored with the city and I wanted to start building a new one. Because so I was playing this with like my oldest kid was watching me play this and she really wanted to play it. And so she would play it for a while and I'm like,
no.
What?
You didn't.
No, I didn't turn on disasters.
Oh God. Okay, good.
But when she was watching me play, after I built the city up so much, I turned on disasters. She's like, you're destroying the city. I'm like, but the fun of this game isn't necessarily maintaining the build or maintaining the city. It's building it.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, that's just me. Other people could have fun, like building this big, what do you call it? Megalopolis or.
Yeah. The over 500,000 people. Yeah.
And that's cool. Me, I like building it up and maybe not getting to that point.
Well,
I would build it up, then fucking destroy it. Bowser, tornado, plane crash, fire, earthquake. I think there's one more. Flood. Yeah. Which I think is a really cool, aspect of the game that they added in.
Did you ever see the video of the guy who built the world's tallest card tower? And then some news reporter, he was there covering it and accidentally knocked it down?
Oh, no.
Can you imagine how long it would have taken? Like, what would you have rather watched? Would you have rather watched him putting that together for 40 hours or it falling apart in like 30 seconds?
I want to watch the fucking world burn.
See, exactly. I think everybody does too. It's like, look what I build. Now I'm going to karate kick it into the stratosphere.
Yep. Dude, when I was a kid, I would build Lego airplanes and then throw them into the wall.
I did something similar. Well, at least my daughter does now. When I build up with the Duplo blocks, I'll try to build it as high as I can, and she'll come over and knock it over and laugh. I'm like, "You're a bully." She is my bully.
So this has got pretty relaxing, like elevator music in it.
Oh my God! Can we talk about the music?
Let's do it.
I love the music in this game. I love every aspect of every different scenario like in this game. It is so amazingly relaxing and fitting to what's going on. Like when you first start your city and you get the village music popping in
Hmm.
and you're starting from scratch, it is so relaxing. And then once your village becomes a town, the music kind of picks up a little bit, but not like too much. And then it becomes a city, and then it picks up a little more, but it still fits the aesthetic because you're like busy running around doing things. When you finally get to Metropolis and your city is big and it's like thriving, and you're like, oh crap, I got a million things I got to keep my eye on. Then the music gets like really super intense. And it's actually really cool how the music builds up the more people that are in your city.
Yeah, that is cool. I never noticed that.
Yeah, like when you play like the village, it's like a very like do 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 do, and then when you get to the metropolis, it's like and it's just
That's probably pretty accurate.
it's
That's
very
especially the village one.
it is it's very slow, but it brings you into the game, and then you can always tell when like the music when something good happens
Hmm.
is great. It has like a big fanfare. And the music when something bad happens is always like "Bah, bah, bah, bah."
Yeah, I was gonna say the sound effects in this are great. I think even better than the music. When you're building the roads, it's that pop, 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 pop.
Oh
And
right.
when you're just dragging the roads along,
The
building it or destroying things, it's just got such a satisfying sound.
it doesn't last very long though. Like destroying the buildings is kind of like one
Like,
demolishing sound. I mean, other than like I know when you build like a stadium or when you build an important building, you'll hear people
like cheer,
cheer
yep.
for like a half a second, but other than that, there's no real sound effects other than that.
Well, I mean, like when you build the roads, it's good. When you destroy things, it's good. When you build a stadium, it's good. I mean, you're right. It's short, and like when you hit the different milestones and you unlock the different buildings, you just have this sound, and it's just so satisfying in like a Pavlovian type way.
Now, let me compare this to another building style game that I think was a lot better at the sound effect aspect. Roller Coaster Tycoon. That game only came out 5 to 6 years after. No, I'm sorry. It came out like 7 to 8 years after. But there's music for carousels, there's people walking, there's people talking. When a balloon pops, you hear it. When one of the janitors is mowing the yard, you hear it. You hear the roller coasters, you hear like the rides and the music from this and that and the other. That's where it feels like it's fully immersive. Whereas this one, like the music almost takes part of that. Like it compensates for it. And that's where the music really fits. And that's where I like the music so great in this game because it compensates for the lack of actual sound effects.
It's interesting because I definitely like the sound effects more than the music.
I guess I never really
And I
noticed.
don't think the music's bad. I think the music is good. Just the sound effects hits me in the feels, just nostalgia wise.
It does for me too. Like the little train is adorable.
Yeah.
The little train's adorable, and then seeing the little ships and you hear them go
Yep.
is adorable too. But there's not a whole lot of them, so you got to enjoy it while you got them.
So you brought up Roller Coaster Tycoon, and that's a great game. I have not played that in quite a while.
Oh my god!
But I think playing this game made me fall in love with the simulation type games.
Yes.
Like a Civilization on the computer, Roller Coaster
Hmm.
Tycoon, Age of Empires,
Or the whole Sims series.
the Sim series. This game spawned those
Mhm.
games,
Yes, absolutely.
which are fantastic. I played so much of those games, like
Same.
Sims 2. But the later games in like the Sim City franchise, I did not like.
No.
SimCity
same.
2000, I did not think that was good at all.
Mm-mm.
I did not like it. EA bought the rights for this game, and they have the mobile app now, like
Right.
SimCity Build It, and I tried playing it, and it's fucking trash.
You didn't like that one?
No, not at all.
Let's see. I know that SimCity 4 came out a few years ago. It was oh no, hold on. I remember it was the fourth major installment. There was a SimCity that came out. Maybe it was SimCity 5 where people just drug that one through the absolute dirt
I have not played that.
and nobody did. They said it was terrible. I gotta find it. Oh, okay, here. Yeah, SimCity did a reboot back in 2013. It says it did win awards, but apparently there was a whole lot of server problems that they were having. And just looking at the scores for like the critical reception, like Metacritic gave it a 64 out of 100. There's some 4 out of 10s. GameSpot gave it a 5 out of 10. PC Gamer gave it a 69 out of 100. Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, it says met with mostly mixed reviews, many of which were downgraded after reviewers received reports of server problems. It received mixed to negative reception soon after, of about 63 to 64%. Yeah, basically they were saying the game by design was hideously broken, which I feel like you're trying to reinvent the wheel almost. But there's a lot of things you can do. I was watching a review where somebody played one of the later SimCities and tried to come back to play the one on Super Nintendo, and he said the lack of options really bugged him.
I could understand that. Because I think in some of the later ones you had to worry about like sewage and
Water,
water, yeah, and shit
yeah.
like that. I said in our very first episode, games that did not hold up, that this game did not hold up. And then I said in one of our more recent episodes, games that need a remake, that this game needed to be remade.
And I think I disagreed with you.
And I think that it could still use a remake. I don't think it's necessary. After spending more time with this, like a lot more time than I have in the past, I like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's still a good game. I still enjoyed it. It just hits a different like a different feel.
And I think you're absolutely right. But I think the point of that would be its lack of complexity, or basically it is perfect in its simplicity. And I think it's
Simplicity.
nicely done. Simplicity.
Oh my god.
my
That's
God,
it.
we're fantastic.
That's it. In the episode. We're done.
I think it excels in its simplicity though. And
I just want to say it again there.
Makes it
Every time you say simplicity.
it makes it a relaxing experience. Like I think from the very beginning, I said it is probably the most relaxing game I own. This is a game that if it is 10 degrees outside and it's snowing and I have a couple drinks and a bowl of chili, I can sit and play SimCity and not have to worry about a damn thing. And you can do that for 4 to 5 hours and you're like, wow, I went 100 years into my city. This is fantastic. What time is it? Oh God, I've been doing this all day. You can easily get lost in a game like this.
Well, no, you know what the move is, and I'm sure you've done it. I'm sure everybody's done it. You're playing late at night, then, you get so far into the game and you just don't turn off your console and you go to sleep. You leave it on all night. So you get that tax money.
Oh.
You did not do that.
No.
Are you serious?
No, I mean I've contemplated it, but it's like, I mean, will the screens go away? Like will you, or will, like, if something happens where the guy pops up and says, "Hey, you got a traffic jam," will it just be on that screen for the next 8 hours until
No,
you clear
it
away
times
from
out.
it?
Yeah, the
It
tax
does.
screen that comes up, it times
Well,
out.
I know the tax screen times out because I was texting somebody and I wanted to lower my tax rate, and by the time I tried to do that, it was gone.
I left it on and I woke up and I had like $150,000.
Ooh,
Yeah, it's pretty
jeez.
nice.
Nice.
All right, you want to rate this game?
I gave this a W minus.
W minus.
And I'm gonna understand it's not gonna be for everyone. It's not gonna be for, like, I played this when I was a kid. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna build stadiums and I'm gonna build all these police stations. This is gonna be a cool experience, and all these roads and stuff. And then, like, I played as an adult and I'm like, I'm gonna build these stadiums and I'm gonna build these police departments. This is gonna be awesome, but maybe I should not build my residential so close to the power plant to lower my real estate value. And that's when that's when kind of snaps into place, where it's like my kid brain and my adult brain are like, I'm having fun, but I'm also thinking really super rationally about my city. You know what I mean? But I'm not over stressed about it. Like I'm sure there's probably a point where if you get a low enough like approval rating, do you lose? I guess I never experienced that.
I don't think so.
My
Yeah, it's not like a win or lose type game.
and I think that's what makes it great. It's
Yeah.
just whatever you do, like they're your own consequences, but it's always going to end up fine in the end.
Mhm.
You know,
Maybe.
oh, I put my police department too close to the water. It's going to be fine in the end. Oh, I didn't want nuclear. I wanted coal instead. You know, it's going to be fine in the end.
No, you want nuclear.
Oh, of course you want nuclear, but it's $2,000 extra.
It's worth it.
But yeah, I think in its simplicity,
Oh,
it just
too much.
it
Too much.
excels.
One too many times.
It excels. It really does. I really enjoy this. I gave this a W minus.
Yeah, I could get on board with that. Should you explain your ranking scale, your grading scale?
Oh,
We should probably do that because I don't think we did that for Left 4 Dead.
we didn't do that Left 4 Dead. Okay, so instead of going like your typical A, B, C, D, and F, I put it on the Weldy scale, where W would be wow, E is extra good, L is for like it, D is for didn't like it, and Y is for yucky, don't play. So this falls in between the like extra good and wow territory, because it's like I said, there's not a lot of game there, but that's what makes it so great.
Yeah, and I take back the shit I talked about this. I enjoyed it.
I
I'm
thought you
sorry.
would. I figured you would
I
about
would.
SimCity.
I did. And that is our review for SimCity.
Yes. Thank you guys so much for listening. Do you want to give us our are you gonna plug us?
Yeah, check us out on Twitter. Our Discord link is in the bio. And you can follow and subscribe to Nick on Twitch at Weldy Time.
That's right. Every Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. What's our Twitter handle, by the way?
Oh, yeah, that'd be good. Retro_smashed.
Wonderful. And that's all the time we got. So make sure you join us next week when Eric is going to feed a milk bone to a bull shark using just his feet.
Just my feet.
I don't know. I'm really bad at Mad Libs. I'm really tired.
All right, later on, guys.
Bye.